Hello and welcome to your favorite show, Good Morning Chennai. For next 1.5 hours, you are going to be with us, me, Bhanu Shekhar.
And me, Popal Bhardwaj. Exactly 86 years from now, Dandi March started on 12th of March 1930. It was a revolt by Gandhi and most of the Indians against the tax imposed by the British government on the salt production. Before this, the salt produced by the Indians were purchased and sold without tax, but British government imposed a tax on it.
Yeah, exactly, Pupal. This particular day, 12th March 1930, this is indeed a historical this date in history of India. Mahatma Gandhi started civil disobedience movement on this particular day. And obviously, time and again we have been reading this, that various scholars over the time period have been writing that Mahatma Gandhi, the way he mobilized the people throughout country for this civil disobedience movement, that particular success hasn't been repeated so far in Indian history.
In fact, the Dandi March was started with 78 people, and along the way of a journey of 230 miles, around 80,000 people joined Gandhiji in this movement. And at the end of the movement, which lasted for around a year, around 80,000 were jailed. And this movement ended with Gandhi being released. Though the movement was not a success, but yes, every Indian produced their own salt, and a pinch of salt produced by Gandhi was sold for rupees. It said it was sold for rupees 1600.
Exactly, Pupal, and you can't undermine the efforts of Mahatma Gandhi. At the age of 60, you see, at the age of 60, he just walked for 200 miles. This Dandi March and all this thing was followed by this particular protest against salt tax. So at the age of 60, that's a wonderful effort put in by this great man.
And in fact, the feel with which this march was carried on was really great, as it said that the whole movement was called a flow of white river, as the people participating in the movement wore white khadi during the movement, and they white khadi, and they continued to work as long as Gandhi continued the civil disobedience movement.
Yeah, exactly, Popal. Moving on, we also have on this particular date Cyber Censorship Act. This is quite very important one in contemporary era. This 21st century is marked by all Internet of Things making rounds all around. So this cyber security and the Cyber Censorship Act, this has been a round of talk for quite few years right now. So today was this act, and this act was passed today itself, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, it was first celebrated on 12th of March 2008 on the request of organizations, two main organizations like Reporters Without Border and Amnesty International. So the CEO and MD of the organization sent a letter to CFO of big organizations like Google, Microsoft and Yahoo, saying to participate in the movement, and the logo for this was a mouse which was breaking the chains. And
yeah, Pooval, now let's have a look how Chennai looks early in the morning.
Yeah, this is Chennai early in the morning. This is in fact Tidal Park. This is one of India's biggest IT park, and
yeah, the early morning hours, it seems that feels like quite vacant and deserted. People, they haven't started their usual life. The roads are quite deserted, isn't it? So
yeah,
it looks like people are still busy.
In fact,
sleeping, having
seems
good
like
naps.
Chennai is too lazy, and yes, people have just started going out. Cars are out on the road, and traffic is something which Chennai.
Pumps, they have also become so active early in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, these are the guys who never sleep. They're awake whole night. Yeah. So yeah, that's.
So Pupal, it's time 6:35 and it's time for news segment. So we move over to our news segment.
Good morning. It's 6:35 on the clock and you're watching ACJ News with me, Rupal Rana. Let's take a look at the top news this morning. The Art of Living Festival kicked off in Delhi with a grand opening amidst controversy. SEBI issues notice to Diageo to clarify its stand on Vijay Mallya misappropriation case. And DMDK says no to any alliance in the upcoming Tamil Nadu State Assembly elections. The 3-day-long Art of Living World Festival was inaugurated at the banks of Yamuna River in Delhi. The festival saw a footfall of over 35 lakh attendees, although several world leaders have given it a miss owing to protocol issues. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the inauguration ceremony and called this festival the Kumbh Mela of Culture. This festival is held to celebrate and mark the 35 years of service of this foundation. Heavy rains began a little ahead of the inauguration and left thousands of attendees drenched. The event saw a grand opening despite the environmental controversy surrounding it. Market regulator SEBI has begun an investigation in the Vijay Mallya money laundering case. SEBI has issued a notice requesting information from Diageo over the changed stand on Mallya's innocence. Mallya was charged with financial irregularities worth nearly 1,300 crore rupees by Britain Diageo, maker of the Johnnie Walker whiskey. Diageo had paid for 55% of Mallya's United Spirits in 2013 and made it a part of the UB group. Last month, however, Diageo said that Mallya was innocent of any financial wrongdoing. A spokesperson for Diageo has said that they'll cooperate with the SEBI in the investigation. The Lok Sabha has finally passed the Aadhaar Bill. The Aadhaar Bill provides a unique identity to the residents and enables the government to ensure that the subsidies reach the beneficiaries. There was a brief debate in the Lok Sabha, after which the bill was passed by a voice vote. Arun Jaitley, the Finance Minister of India, assured the House that the details provided for the card will not be misused in any manner. This bill defines privacy for the first time and says that while enrollment, every person should be informed about the purpose for the collection of the information. Ahead of the Tamil Nadu State Assembly elections, the Vijaykanth-led DMDK has decided not to stick with any allies for the upcoming elections. Our correspondent Siddhant Raheja sheds some light on the decision.
DMDK has finally announced that they will be entering into this year's elections alone rather than with any alliances. Both DMK and BJP separately approached Vijaykanth's party for an alliance. DMK repeatedly approached DMDK to ally with them in order to overthrow ruling party AIADMK. Vijaykanth's wife, Premlata, who is also a leader in the party, called for a corruption-free state. She also invited parties who are looking for an alternative to AIADMK as well as DMK to approach the party chief for talks. DMDK demanded that Vijaykanth approach this year's elections all by himself. They also demanded that Vijaykanth finally steps up to become a king rather than a kingmaker. A 7-member committee headed by Party Youth Wing Secretary L.K. Sudesh will finalize the candidate list for all 234 constituencies. Reacting to Vijaykanth's announcement, DMK party treasurer M.K. Stalin said that this wouldn't prove to be a setback in the upcoming elections. After the latest developments, the Tamil Nadu elections have become a 6-horse race, with the AIADMK, the DMK with Congress, BJP, DMDK, PWF and PMK. Here's Siddhant Raheja with camera person Kamya Kandari for ACJ News.
Moving on, the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee is set to launch its election manifesto by the end of this month. Our reporter Siddhi Nayak tells us more about its release.
Congress Committee will announce their election manifesto by the end of this month. The Congress Party's manifesto is expected to focus on key welfare and development issues.
Now we are industrially very backward. We have no employment opportunities. Nearly 85 lakh graduates have enrolled in the unemployment exchange. They have no job. Yearly, nearly 2 lakh engineers are coming out of every year. They have no job. There is no industrial growth.
One of the key issues of the manifesto will be to revive Tamil Nadu's industrial sector. The manifesto will also address issues of the youth and has a special category reserved for employment generation for the youth.
We are planning to open up 10 more new medical colleges. We are giving a program like fellowships for research scholars. So under new employment policy, we have infused a lot of budget, and we have also focused into the infrastructural sector. We also focused in the new programs, radical programs like public-private partnerships.
The Congress Party's manifesto, which is supposed to come out by the end of this month, will have huge expectations because of its alliance with the opposition party, DMK. This is surely to impact the Tamil Nadu state elections in the next month. The camera person Pawan Jodhkar, this is Siddhi Nayak for ACJ News.
Russia and China told North Korea that its nuclear ambitions were unacceptable. They have urged Pyongyang to resume talks over its nuclear weaponry. North Korea is also being asked to heed to UN Security Council's resolution banning any ballistic missile tests. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi held talks in Moscow one day after the North Korea test fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles into the sea. This test fire was in clear violation of the UN's ban. In a news briefing, Wang said that China does not recognize the nuclear status of DPRK, referring to North Korea by its official acronym. Prominent Syrian dissident Haytham Manna has said that he will not attend peace talks scheduled to take place in Geneva next week. Manna is a co-leader of the Syrian Democratic Council. He had boycotted the last round of talks as well. He said that he would not take part in peace talks unless 2 Kurdish leaders, Saleh Muslim and Ilham Ahmed, were also invited. Manna says that he sees little chance for the success of the peace talks. For this round of peace talks, Manna did not explicitly cite Kurdish issues as the reason for the boycott, although he said that there must be a working strategy for serious and representative talks. And in the latest news in the US election race, Donald Trump has won another high-profile endorsement from Ben Carson. Carson is the second former Republican candidate to back Trump in his race for the White House. Carson said that they have now buried the hatchet. This endorsement was followed by a Republican debate in Miami, which saw the 3 candidates marking a more civil tone. On 15th March, the primaries in 5 states, including Florida and Ohio, will be crucial for Trump. This will also help to determine if Marco Rubio and John Kasich can continue with their candidature. Pakistan have declared they'll send their national cricket team. Moving on, before I wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines of the hour. The Art of Living Festival kicked off in Delhi with a grand opening amidst controversy. SEBI issues notice to Diageo to clarify its stand on Vijay Mallya's misappropriation case. And DMDK says no to any alliance in the upcoming Tamil Nadu State Assembly elections. That's all we have for you right now. Tune in an hour for more news.
Hello and welcome back. let's see the news which is making which is buzzing this entire world, for last 1 week. Let's see how different media platforms are covering these news. And beginning with, I am holding Times of India, and the very first news for today's newspaper is Vijay Mallya. Vijay Mallya has been making news for last 1 week, and this particular article, Vijay Mallya has flown out of India, and now the questions are being raised that whether he used his diplomatic passport or not to abscond from India. And moreover, Vijay Mallya is also coming up with a different reply that I'm an international businessman, not an absconder. So the very first page carries this tweet of Vijay Mallya that he is an international businessman and he has gone out on purpose. It's not that he has absconded. Moreover, the entire issue around whether CBI was quite late to issue the arrest warrant, and then enforcement directorate also summoning him for questioning regarding Kingfisher Airlines, and various issues are making news right now. So, and moreover, the CBI has also accepted that there was an error on their part. This is quite a big news because generally we know that these institutions in any of the country, they don't really come up with any confessions that it was their error. It's basic human tendency. So this particular news has, I guess this news is being circulated in almost all circular dailies of today.
Yeah, Bhanu, I'm holding Indian Express, and Vijay Mallya's story is the top news of the newspaper, and it carries the tweet, Vijay Mallya's tweet, which says, "I'm an international businessman. I travel to and fro from India frequently. I did not flee from India, and neither am I an absconder." So this is something that Mallya has responded to. The way media has been talking about how Mallya is running away from all the debt he has, and the Kingfisher owes around 900 crores to 17 banks, which is led by SBI. So here ED has sent summon to Mallya, and I think now the case would go smooth since Mallya has responded, and the allegations on CBI that it let Mallya go away despite the lookout notice, and in fact it was said that the CBI had changed the nature of the lookout notice because of which it was lenient and Mallya could leave the country easily.
Yeah, exactly. So right now the paper I'm carrying is Economic Times, and it has come up with a very good cartoon on this Vijay Mallya issue, and this has been, this cartoon is from R. Prasad. So this cartoon reads out, "Just moved in with my English Mausi Vasudev Kutumbakam." Really hilarious this cartoon, and this brings out that how he has left India, and the entire news reports declaring that he is a willful defaulter and all. So moving on, the next story which is making headlines right now is...
Before that, Bhanu, I would like to show the cartoon which Hindu is carrying, and another willful defaulter. This shows, in fact it was said that the former CEO of Kingfisher has said that banks are going after small defaulters and are leaving Reliance, which is in comparison to Kingfisher is a very big defaulter. So this is how they have represented Mallya, a big fat man who is in debt, but still he is flaunting his property, and which is a very small amount to pay back for the debt he is in.
Yeah, so moving on, people. See, the second big news making, right now in almost all the newspapers and almost all online platforms is this Ravi Shankar. Shri Ravi Shankar, from today, this World Cultural Fest is beginning from today. And so I would like to show our viewers that this fest, he was asked to pay 5 crore rupees as a fine by National Green Tribunal. Ultimately, he ends up paying 25 lakh for now, and then from today, this cultural fest going to begin in Delhi. And the best part is that the Prime Minister Modi, he is backing this, so that too openly.
Yeah. Prime Minister Modi joined the celebration yesterday. It was the first day yesterday, and Modi in fact said that instead of criticizing and finding out fault in everything that's related to Hinduism, we should be proud of our culture and start celebrating it. So here you can see Shri Ravi Shankar sitting with Modi, And this is a beautiful picture on the first page, in fact. So the Indian Express has covered the Malia and the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's event, Art of Living, extensively. And next is a small article here about the Aadhaar bill, which gets the clearance from the House, and it was first introduced. Okay, it was first introduced in 2010, and it is said that not many changes have been brought in this bill, and it's just the same bill with very little change, which is not at all public friendly. So now we would move to
exactly, Pupil. This Aadhaar bill is making news right now. Aadhaar bill has been introduced as this particular newspaper carries a very good article on this, and they show that this money bill concept has been capitalized by BJP, and they have introduced this Aadhaar bill, which was recent, like earlier this was discarded by this Rajya Sabha just because it was having so many loopholes. But now they have used this Lok Sabha passage, Lok Sabha to introduce this particular bill, and they have also been successful in doing so. But then there have been many questions regarding this, that what are the security and privacy issues to be addressed so far, which is still lacking in this money bill. So Pupil, so this bill is really making news right now. And moreover, now moving on to our magazine segment, let's see what are making news in different magazines.
Yeah, so I'm holding this week, and the back cover of the magazine has a beautiful article, though with a bit of mistake. Here, discover age old is written as age told, but the story is really beautiful. It's about a tradition in Madhya Pradesh in which girls, unmarried, marriageable age people go to a festival which is organized by the society, and they are free to choose their partner and elope, and then they marry, they are accepted by the society. The strange thing is, in an era where there's a lot of intolerance in the country, love jihad and all is happening, a small state not very forward, Madhya Pradesh, is taking it in a really good way. It's a very old age tradition of this tribe, and this thing is celebrated just a week before Holi, and as always this is going to be celebrated, and this place where this event is organized is just a few kilometers from, 150 kilometers from Indore.
Yeah, exactly, Pupil. We need to celebrate this incredible Indian and Indian traditions.
Yeah.
So moving on, now we see this, I'm carrying this Time magazine, and this magazine is carrying an article that the last few years have been, this North Korea and South Korea, they have been, in this struggle, and they have been criticizing each other, taking pot shots at each other, and North Korea going on to launch nuclear ballistic missiles as a part of the testing program and all, to threaten the whole world, rather not just South Korea. So now this particular map, I would like to show to our viewers that this map shows the strategical location of North Korea and South Korea, and how China has got big role to play in this entire issue. And this beautiful article, this carries this, how China's stand has been fluctuating right from the beginning. Initially it used to support North Korea, and it also sent out its army to fight against South Korea. But now, since North Korea and its very famous leader Kim Jong-un, he has been carrying out nuclear tests so far. So now even Beijing has shown this particular line. Even Beijing has shown increasing impatience now, and they have joined US to support unusually tough sanctions meant to persuade Pyongyang to abandon its nuclear testing facilities. So, and moreover, this article carries how the life of people in North Korea has become difficult just because of authoritarian rule over there. And we can see the people out there, they are moving over to this nearby neighboring regions of China to seek shelter over there. So
yeah, and this is the week again, and the cover page of the magazine has an article about a girl from Pune. Her name is Alima Al-Saida, and this girl, it's about how youth these days get attracted to terrorist organization like Islamic State. So this girl became a believer of jihad, which she interpreted in a wrong way, and went into Islamic State, and people who were coordinating such actions through online organizations. So this page shows that This has a beautiful picture, big one, sorry. And the story tells how she and her friend from Indian Oil started talking about jihad, and they got interested in the concept of jihad, and they got carried away and got involved in basically what is supposed to be wrong. And this shows how young fertile mind are being manipulated to join the workforce, to join such terrorist organization. And in this case, the intelligence agencies worked really well. They tracked her down, and now she has been sent to a rehab center, and they are trying hard to find out what makes such young people like them to join ISIS, and what makes the organizations which carry such attacks and all, what makes them attractive.
Exactly,
so hopefully
Popal.
this will help in
So in the international arena, when we talk of this particular area, so we also see this Donald Trump has been making news for last 6 months. It's like every newspapers, magazines, online websites, they are carrying Donald Trump. They are covering his massive campaigns, and although this is marred by his hateful speeches, no doubt, but then the Donald Trump, this particular magazine carries an article that how Donald Trump has been able to pile up GOP delegates. The nation has praised him, and now the biggest news of this, like in last few days, is that now even the Republicans, though, like he's supposed to represent Republican Party, but then even they are getting scared of this, the rising popularity, and they are wondering whether if he would be the presidential candidate itself. So leave apart this Democratic Party frontrunner Hillary Clinton. Even the Republicans, his own party members, they are worried about this rising popularity. So now moving over to this online section now, we'll have to see what are making news over here.
Yeah, so
so this particular article shows how this India-Pakistan match, this got postponed from Dharamshala, and now this has been switched over, this reshuffled to this Kolkata. So the basic story which this article carries is that what is the political tussle going on between Veerbhadra Singh and Anurag Thakur over there in Himachal Pradesh, and this entire story is that there was a political issue going on between the two contemporary chief ministers of Himachal Pradesh, Veerbhadra Singh and Prem Kumar Dhumal. And currently Veerbhadra Singh, being the incumbent sitting chief minister of Himachal Pradesh, he just capitalized on this opportunity to create chaos over there, and citing security issues, he just wanted this match to be cancelled from there, postponed from there, and obviously got successful by doing so. And now, although Pakistan has decided to come to India and participate in this ICC T20 World Cup, the match will be organized in Kolkata.
Yeah, it's finally Pakistani team is coming to India, which they earlier said won't if the sufficient security was not ensured. So we have this next article which talks about water scarcity, and in this article it's about a story of a Maharashtrian village where just 5 years back people here used to get water at 200 feet, and now the water level has depleted and gone down so much so that now they have to drill. This same village has to drill like 900 feet to get water. It also talks about the contamination of water by use of fertilizers, sewage, industrial waste, and also this article says, this is a World Bank report which says that apart from the depleting water level which is going down, it's also getting contaminated. So this is a complete water crisis which India is going to face, and in fact this says that India uses more than half of the world's water.
Exactly, Popal, this water level